Inside Scoop, and here with the dish is the East Coast correspondent of the Daily Buzz. Say hello to our old friend, Josh McBride.
Hi, Wendy.
Hi, Josh. I don't know what to believe.
I feel like every time I'm here, I talk about Russell Simmons, but I think we should just jump right into it.
But it's a scummy business.
It is. So you know about the 16 people that has already come out sort of against Russell Simmons, saying that everything from business inappropriate behavior to full-fledged rape. Now what came out recently is a woman by the name of Jennifer Jarosik. She was on the Megyn Kelly show. She basically is saying that in 2016, she was over his house. They've been friends for a while.
This just happened. 2016.
Just happened. Yep. This is, I mean, yeah. Just happened. She was over his house.
Okay.
She was like, no, I don't want it. And he basically threw her on the bed and alleged raped her then on the bed. Allegedly. Now, she's an independent filmmaker, which makes this really sort of interesting because she was working on this film. Now, he gave money to the film.
So she needed funding from somebody wealthy.
Yes.
Okay.
He actually interviewed for the film, like, on air.
So he lended his years of experience. He lended credibility now.
Yes.
A little, okay.
She then, this is his side of the story. She then essentially called him for a follow-up interview.
Okay.
He never showed up to it. And then apparently filed the claim then. So just because maybe that they didn't work together, is that why she's upset? We're not sure. So it's a little scary because it's like, well, did you just not show up because you didn't like her? Because all this stuff came out after you know, he didn't show up for the claim.
So there's a reality star that also just filed a claim against Russell as well.
Oh, yes.
One that we all know.
Yes. Money can't buy you class, and she was right. Remember that single? The top charting single, yes. Luann de Lesseps from The Real Housewives of New York.
Now, she's not filing. She's just noting the time when they were in the elevator together at the Soho House.
Yeah, so she did an interview with the Daily Beast and claims that in the Soho House 3 summers ago, she was fondled by him in the elevator. Here's what she had to say about it. He grabbed my ass in an elevator. He was just a pig. I haven't told anybody about that before. I was grossed out. I was like, how dare you? He invaded me. He took advantage of me. Being who he is, he thought he could just do that. I looked at him and said, don't ever do that again.
So were they the only 2 people in the elevator? I mean, there was nobody there to witness
That's what I would say. Like, unless it was one of those, like, quick little something's on the side and nobody saw it.
Has Russell responded to Luann?
So not directly. When she did come out and say that this happened, his camp reissued the statement that they've been reissuing all along with the other previous 16 women of, you know, we deny all allegations against Russell, against anybody that's coming against Russell. So it's really interesting that it doesn't matter who you are. It could be, the number could go up and it's still going to be a denial.
Well, there's no denying Connor McGregor.
Ooh.
Right?
If you've
I thought I was watching a movie. I could not believe it. I pulled up on the TV like, what is going on? Is this real?
And this was a big weekend. If you know, if you were awake this weekend, you saw this story. So Connor McGregor, if you're not familiar, one of the most well-known UFC fighters that there is, brings in a ton of money.
Got beat by 50 Cent in August.
For Floyd Mayweather.
Oh, Floyd Mayweather.
Is that same thing?
Well, they had a closeness, so
same thing.
Okay.
From Ireland, he's actually pretty young. He's 29, has a kid, and he got into an altercation this past Thursday at the Barclays Center here in Brooklyn.
So stupid. Go ahead.
No, but that would be an interesting fight. I'd watch that. 50 Cent. And so he got into an altercation at the Barclays Center here in Brooklyn.
Right.
Told the NYPD, confessed, spent the night in jail on Thursday night. Friday, went into court on assault charges. Here you see him coming out of court that morning.
Yeah, so now he's still on the loose, right?
Well, sort of. So the background of the story is there was this major media event for UFC on this past Thursday in Brooklyn.
And if it was so major, then why wasn't Connor there?
Well, here's the thing. He wasn't fighting.
Oh.
He wasn't fighting. So we'll get to that. But there was this major thing. TMZ Sports caught this, what happened. So as you see right here.
Fabulous footage.
This is great footage. Look at that. So he takes a dolly, a hand truck, smashes the window. On board this bus, a lot of UFC fighters.
Now, he has some of his buddies with him, too.
Yeah. One of his buddies actually throws a chair at the windshield as well here. So on board this bus, a lot of UFC fighters, other people. We have one more video from the UFC itself. This is from inside the bus. So Michael Chiesa, who you see right here, bloody to the face, he was a fighter, and he was supposed to fight this last Saturday. He couldn't. He was deemed unfit to fight because of lacerations.
So what does the matter with this man? Why did he attack the bus?
So here's the thing. We're still...
I mean, you know, he's wealthy. You got a beautiful kid. What is going on with you?
That's the key question. So what we're thinking, still very much up in the air.
Okay.
Still up in the air. However, his fighting partner, his training partner, got into an altercation with this guy, Khabib, who's also a fighter, last week. So we're like, was it sort of in retaliation for that?
Was Khabib in one of the buses?
He was.
Oh.
So this could be...
Is that Khabib?
That, yes.
Oh, okay.
We have similar abs. We have some, yeah, we're very similar.
All right, so Connor is playing stupid young boy games with millions of dollars, doesn't even understand his position. So does he face charges? Is he going to jail? What is all going to happen?
So he actually has to come, he's allowed to come back from, he was out on $50,000 bail. He's allowed to come back from, he's allowed to go back to Ireland rather, and then come back, he has to, in June for the actual court date itself to Brooklyn. But he was allowed to leave. He was out on $50,000 bail. Dana White, the president of the UFC.
I saw his statement.
Right. So he said this is very serious. He's going to be in a lot of serious trouble. And that he's probably going to be sued by everyone on that bus. I know if I was on that bus. Are you kidding?
Yeah, I'd be in the back right now, like making marks and stuff. Yeah. Thank you, Josh.
Sure.
Next time you come back, I want more on Russell Simmons. Don't you forget. For more information on these stories and more, go to wendyshow.com. Hot Topics Sound Off is next.